Good afternoon, everyone. Sergeant Clark here with Sergeant Clark's Trades. Here to give you an update actually on the first video I created on the problem with hedge funds that nobody was talking about relating to the loss of trust in hedge funds and the possibility of people pulling either money out of their hedge fund accounts or even possibly selling positions. So yesterday there was a massive sell-off of a lot of stocks, insider sales, CEOs of companies, different bigwig titles in various companies, ranging from Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos to a ton of other ones. And from what we saw in that report, Jeff Bezos, I believe the report came out and said he sold about it was either 1.2 or 1.5 billion dollars worth of stock, which actually, a lot of people are reading more into that one specifically. But the thing with that is he has agreed, or he has publicly stated that he is going to be funding his Blue Origin company with $1 billion every year through selling of stock in Amazon. So that one's kind of to be expected. It's his first sell-off this year. He did the same thing last year. However, he has also stated that there is a plan down the road to sell more stock this year. But Mark Zuckerberg, from what the report showed, sold all of his shares of Facebook yesterday. And then there were hundreds of other insider trading of people selling stocks in various companies. And to me, that is kind of perfectly in line with everything that I said in my first video. The super rich, one of the ways that they keep their money and make more money is through hedge funds. They invest money into these hedge funds. The hedge funds make risky trades, whether it's the shorting like they're doing right now, or through long positions as well to coincide with that to kind of secure some of that funding. So I believe one thing we're seeing is all of these super elite rich people who are selling their stocks in their companies see what's about to happen with the MOAS, the mother of all short squeezes. And the reason I say that is that there are too many of the blue chip stocks that we saw in this report. So what that tells me is they know what's coming. All of these companies that are being shorted, we've all seen the numbers, possibly a billion total shares of AmC on the line as well, which would accumulate that would be almost 600 million shares synthetic with AmC if that were to come out as true. So, that's a lot to cover. That's a lot of short positions to try and cover. And one of the ways they would do that is by selling their long positions. So say they had 1 million shares in Apple, 1 million shares in Facebook, all these big blue chip stocks that are normally very secure, have great growth. So rather than them take the loss as that stock price plummets from when these hedge funds start liquidating their positions, they're making their money now with anticipation of this liquidation coming down, whether it's they get margin called and they're forced to sell their positions, or they start doing it voluntarily to cover their short positions. 801 passed, which requires them to require full transparency with all of their short positions. And if they don't have enough funds in their account, they can be liquidated. And that does include their long positions. So I think yesterday I'm going to try to post the link below in the description for the posts that were made, whether it was tweets or on Reddit. I saw it on both of them, but try to post those or even screenshots on my YouTube channel so that you can see the list of names and how many just millions and billions of shares were sold off yesterday by insiders. To me, this is a very, very good sign, especially with earnings for AmC coming up. It's anticipated that earnings are going to be better than expected, better than the Q4 earnings. The fact that they moved it up, a full month ahead of time lets you know that that's the most likely good news. And they understand that. So they're trying to put that good news out there as soon as possible. Also, yesterday's video, I specified that NSCC 001 was to be voted on tomorrow. That's actually 002, so that was my mistake. But yeah, that's still being voted on tomorrow. If it passes, AMC has a good earnings call. It's just going to put that much more pressure on everything. And I think that's what we're seeing. I said the other day that there was most likely going to be a sell-off leading into the earnings call. And that's what we saw this morning. They pushed the price actually below $9, got it down to $8.97, and it rebounded up. And I think right now it's sitting about 1% up for the day at about $9.27. So it's kind of stabilized. We're still seeing more buys than we are sells, which is always positive. They're not able to short ladder it down. 2 days ago, they had 3.4 million shares or 2.4 million shares available to short. And as of this morning, that quantity was all the way down to 100,000 shares. So they've run out of ammunition at this point. They can't force that price down too much further. And with a good earnings call, it's just going to keep pushing that action forward. It's just going to keep pushing that price higher, putting more options contract in the money, and it's just going to cause that chain reaction. So look for today, look for tomorrow, today after hours into tomorrow pre-market, and even once market opens, for that price to continue to climb. We've hit our resistance line, rebounded off of that twice now. A couple of days ago, dropped down to about 905, rebounded back up. Today, 897, rebounded back up. So I think that $9 resistance is very strong. I believe this is about the lowest we're going to see this price anytime soon. Because once the squeeze happens, obviously it's nowhere to go but up. So if you have the funds available, buy, hold. Just like we always say, buy and hold. Keep buying more shares, keep holding more. It's less that they have, more shares that they'll have to try and cover, more shares that you'll have to sell at the top on the way down, however it is you plan on doing it. So that's all I've got for today. Y'all stay safe, have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.